Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original series Sabrina Season 2. And this here is Fat Salem. Actually it's Loki. Say hello Loki. I better put him down. He doesn't look impressed at all. I actually woke him up to do this intro. Sorry Loki. So Netflix dropped 9 new episodes of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. In Season 1, we saw Sabrina come to terms with who she is, and I hope you've seen Season 1 because there will be some spoilers in this review. So Sabrina has to come to terms with who she is, and they also have to kind of lay down the foundation of what this Sabrina is. It's the Chilling Adventures based off the comics, and it kind of had to appease kind of their original fans by doing some nods, but actually it's completely their own thing. For example, Salem doesn't talk, and this is very dark. Everything is Dark Lord this and Hail Satan that.
Darker path.
It's a perversion of everything that you would get in the Bible, so everything that you would get in the Bible, like Bible verses, everything is kind of twisted on its head. And in Season 2, there's a lot of that as well, but actually, thankfully, they concentrate on individual episodes, individual story episodes, like a Valentine's Day episode, which is weird because we're way past that. Sabrina's still dealing with what has happened. She signed the Beast book, and so she's coming to terms with what that means, what the Dark Lord is going to ask her to do, and she is kind of distancing herself again from her friends because she knows ultimately it means that she's going to have to betray her friends or do something that will put her friends and her loved ones in danger. And so you get the Sabrina who wants to protect her family but doesn't know what to do, so she's kind of throwing herself more into the Church of Night. And so here we have Sabrina stepping away from her friends but also doesn't know where she can place herself, and she doesn't know what to do with herself. So the first few episodes are basically these individual episodes which are quite fun, but there's no real story arc until episode 5.
What is it you want from me?
And I have to say, from episode 5 onwards, it doesn't let go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is massive story development.
Manage that.
Normally in series with this type of story arc, they have a big story arc, overall thing to do with the Dark Lord or whatever their story arc is, and they can take 5 or 6 or even 7 series, maybe more depending on what type of supernatural series you are, like Supernatural. Supernatural took probably 15 seasons to get where Sabrina is now in Season 2. I'm not really comparing the two, although there is demons and stuff like that, so there is some sort of comparison. But in Season 2, the story arc flows really quickly from episode 5. And I have to say, it was quite refreshing. It was a lot of fun. The adventure kind of really sets into high gear, and I feel like they really found their stride. So in Series 1, I had to set up the dynamic of the friendships and what Sabrina was in this season, and the aunties and Zelda and what they could do, and the Church of Night and the Ark. And so you have all that story lore. It had a lot to do in Season 1. So because in Season 2 they've set that up, and we had the Christmas episode as well, which was a lot of fun. Now in Season 2 they kind of said, right, the gloves are off. And so we get this massive story arc development, and they don't hold anything back. By the episode 9, I was highly entertained by what they had done, because I know now that they decided, well, okay, let's just put it all out on the table. I don't know if they thought maybe they're not going to get another season. I can't imagine why, because it's been quite widely loved, I think, by most. Except for those, I think this is the SJW, like social warrior justice heroes, and you have to have women and everything. I wasn't offended by anything in this series. I thought that all the acting was great, and what they put together was quite entertaining. I was somewhat satisfied and relieved to see that it wasn't always about Hail Satan this and Hail Satan that, but more focused on the friendships that help Sabrina overcome this great evil. And what other great evil is there other than the Dark Lord himself, Satan himself? And in the end, it's basically about family overcoming the greatest evil of all, well, in Sabrina's world, and that is the Dark Lord. And I think what they did with it, by the end it comes to fruition, and I really loved how you have this kind of Scooby gang, but Sabrina's Scooby gang. So at the end of the 9th episode, they've formed this kind of team that I really enjoyed. There are a lot of twists and turns that I wasn't expecting, but there were also some quite predictable storyline moments that I would kind of side a bit. That would be my only negative, when the story went away and went, I know what's going to happen now, and they went that way. But mostly I was really entertained in each episode. It's not as gory or as scary this season. I thought Season 1 was much darker and scarier in places. There's definitely gore and stuff that you had from season 1. They've carried some of that over, and there are some things that I was hoping that they were going to do that they didn't quite do. There were some rumors that Salem was going to talk. Unfortunately, they haven't gone that way. Maybe they decided it was going to be too cheesy, I don't know, but I was kind of hoping that there would be that extra nod. There are a couple of extra nods to the original series, the Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which they did, which I really love. They're still remembering kind of the content that's come before, even though it's its own thing. But I think if you're a fan of the original series, you might like some of what they've done here. If you're a fan of the season 1, you're going to love what they've done here, because it's kind of a full-blown adventure. The graphics look good, the acting is fun. I think some of the characters are really coming into their own in this season, really, now that they've established what their characters are and can do, and so the story just really flows from episode 5. So like I said, episode 1 to 4 is kind of individual stories, and they're kind of reminding you of what the world is, and then from 5 to 9 there's just this big all-out kind of end of days war, and I thought it was really great. I don't know where they're going to go now, because this story is kind of contained. There is a story that they've left open, but I'm wondering what season 3 will look like and how long we will have to wait, because we didn't have to wait that long since the Christmas episode. So hopefully it won't be that another whole year or a year and a half. Maybe it'll be less than that, 9 months. Let me know what you thought about this season. Are you excited about season 2? Let me know what you think about all things Sabrina, or the chilling adventures of Sabrina. I love chatting to you guys in the comments below, so do chat to me there. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.